Hello everyone. Today there's something that I want to get off my chest. For the last 7 years, I would give or take, I have been involved with professional wrestling, whether actively in it or doing something for someone else behind the scenes. I'm not gonna say that the whole time I was involved that I regret ever being involved, because I don't. I had a lot of fun times, but unfortunately sometimes the good times have to come to an end. You know, I really thoroughly enjoyed my time being the manager for Vicious Vic Rose. My time as the gambler, I really enjoyed it. It was a very new experience for me. I started that in 2010, in August of 2010. Due to, well, I'm not going to dig up an old bone just to get it refurbished and have a big stir up. I'll just say due to unforeseen circumstances in the winter of 2012, that union ended. Well, after that, I really never done an awful lot managing and whatnot, and you know, I actually really thought after that I was done with it. Well, in 2016, this year, really good friend of mine and wrestling promoter, Eric Nelson, had a show in Winder, Georgia, in my hometown, called Royal Blood. And in this show, a now really good friend of mine, Lane Marks, as most of y'all know him, Insane Lane, was supposed to have been there, but due to unforeseen circumstances, he wasn't able to be there. But through Facebook, I got to know Lane and became real close friends with him. And then in August of this year, me, my good friends Gavin Campbell and Scotty Harvey went to Monday Night Raw, and we planned to meet up with Lane, and ended up meeting him and just having a wonderful, about, what would you say, Gavin, 2 hour, maybe 1 2 hour conversation with him at Taco Mac. Yeah. And you know, I just really got to know him, and we got real close. And then at the very end of August, I was actually, me and him had talked, you know, because I had been out of it for a while and out of wrestling for a while, and I just told him, I said, well, I'm looking to try to get back into it, and if you ever need anything, I could see if I could help you. And then I was very shocked whenever he wrote me, and whenever he emailed me and asked me if I wanted to actually manage him. And on August the 28th, if I'm quite certain, I think it was either August, it was somewhere at the very end of August, me, him, and again my good buddy Gavin Campbell, can't go nowhere without him, went to Newton, North Carolina, and I had a blast. That was my very first time working out of state for a wrestling promotion, and you know, it was a very humbling experience, because it was something that I wasn't quite used to. Normally, any where I'd go work with anybody. Like with Vic Rose, it would always either be, you know, in the Winder area, Monroe, or somewhere, you know, somewhere within 20 miles from my town. And, you know, we had fun, had a lot of laughs. Probably some stuff that can't be mentioned on this video. You know, I mean, but that's a bunch of wrestler talk. But I want to get on here and just basically say, you know, I enjoyed my time in wrestling. Yes, there's a lot of ups and there's definitely a lot of downs. Basically, your backstage politics. And I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. But one thing that I just wished a lot of you guys would do is learn to have respect for somebody whenever they go and make something of themselves in a whole nother area in life. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I hate anybody, that I hold or harbor anger or hatred towards anybody, because that would be wrong on me. I'm just getting this off my chest, venting to the world. Now, a lot of you might say, well, John, that's personal. Leave it behind closed doors. Well, here's what I'm trying to get made noticed. I think that a lot of guys in the wrestling industry really need to get their heads on their shoulders and off of their bottoms. Quit acting like you are the best thing to happen to wrestling, like you are the end all and be all of professional wrestling. It is the independent circuit. Yes, there are a lot of good independent circuit wrestling shows around the whole globe. And I will personally say this, there are 2 people in the whole state of Georgia that I am personal friends with that I can honestly say gives you a good top A grade quality show that I have been to in the last 4 years, and that is Charles Anschutz of Southern Fried Promotions in Monroe, Georgia. He is taking that and taking it everywhere, and I applaud you, sir. I really do, because you know your stuff and you put your everything into it. Now, yes, I know I had a very heated rant earlier with Tommy Allen Lee. Personally, do I have any anger or hatred or anything like that towards Tommy Lee? No, I do not. But I'm not going to sit there and let somebody run their mouth about me. And yes, I know I made the little comment about the contest, you know, use a KO contest and have him be the judge by everybody wailing on his head. You know, to me that was a silly little, you know, poke the bear antic thing, you know, that wasn't all that bad. He's the one that went and took it to a whole new level. Making accusations, I mean, but Charles, buddy, that's a whole nother game. I'm not going to get into it. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to tag you once I post this on Facebook, because I don't want you to feel like I'm putting you in it. I'm just stating the comment. But I will say this much. November 26th, the gospel group that I sing in, Clark Kiesler and Friends, we were in Monroe, Georgia, singing at a real good friend of mine, Mary Tate's coffee house. And Jeff Mooney was there doing a live video of us for Facebook. And the disrespect that was shown. Now, out of respect, because again, I'll be the bigger person, a lot of these guys just really were disrespectful to my friends, the singing group that I'm a part of, and to me, I just can't take idly by sitting back, and I feel like I have to say something. I'm not going to provoke a fight because I believe that anything can be resolved with words and not fists. But there's no sense in downgrading people to try to do stuff to help build the kingdom of God. Now, I love everybody, whether some folks choose to believe it or not, but this is, you can say, and it ain't even Christmas yet, but this is my final thought, I guess you could say, because it ain't like there's that much more that I can get thoughts into for the year 2016. It has been one hoot and holler of a year. Starting in if I'm not mistaken, it was either January or February. Me, my buddy Scotty, Gavin, and my other friend Trey, we went to Barnesville, Georgia to Wrestle America, and I got to meet the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles. Give the camera a thumbs up, Gavin. Anyway, then I was very thankful that in May I was able to host the third, if I ain't mistaken, yes, the third Thanksgiving gospel, not Thanksgiving gospel. That was the fourth one for this year.
Jamboree.
The third annual Lord, I'm doing it again. It's all right. We ain't gonna edit this. This is just me getting all a little scramble brain. But
post this on YouTube.
Huh?
Too much video that's not gonna fit on YouTube. I mean, Facebook is not gonna fit on Facebook. It's gonna have to be posted on YouTube, man.
Okay, even though you know that picked you up, but it's okay. We'll post it on John Maddox, gospel singer.
And you forgot SmackDown.
And we went to SmackDown in March. That was real fun.
Mine's first SmackDown too.
It was mine too. Got to see my friend Jennifer West there. Got some great seats for that one.
Seat Geek, everybody.
Seat Geek. That's a little plug right there. But I guess what I'm wanting to say, 2016 was one heck of a roller coaster. Anything else that I can get off my brain in May before the Jamboree, due to a bunch of there's one thing that I can't stand, and this has happened to me more times than I can care to count in 2016. That was Facebook hackers. I was hacked more times than I can care to count. My email's been hacked. I've had to do a lot of alterations to those, but I lost a very dear friend of mine due to a bunch of Facebook hackers. Not going to get into the situation, not going to explain it. That's personal, not needing everybody to know. But my brother went to Arizona from the end of August up until the middle of November. So I ain't gonna lie to you, I actually missed my brother. But I really, if there's anything else that I can say, my birthday was awesome. We me, Gavin, my buddies Travis and Jesse, we went to Gatlinburg before all that unfortunate fire incident happened with it. Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and we got to go to Cherokee, and you know, I think that was real fun. Got to do all the Ripley's attractions for my birthday. Got to go to Santaland. Did a whole bunch of other stuff, but you know, none that I need to feel real bad about. You know, just went and had a good time with friends. Didn't do nothing immoral. But anyway, lost a bunch of people that I really didn't end up losing, because how can you lose friends whenever they wasn't really your friends to begin with? That kind of situations happened this year. Unfortunately, some real close friends of mine, 2016, has seen go on with the Lord. My good friend Pat Chatham, a bunch of others right now that I can't think of off the top of my head. I know I had 2 or 3 more, but like I said, I mean, I honestly can't think straight right now. But you know, just hope 2017 brings a brighter horizon. And on an end note, I just want to say, may each and every one of your holiday season be bright and full of joy and warmth, and may each and every one of you have a very Merry Christmas.